Okay, so this is very, very important step. This is where you are going to stuck in the answers. Okay, uh, I'm going to log out. Okay, so now what is the problem is okay, so now I will click login, right, and I am going to enter the admin here, admin here. So if I'm going to click admin, this is simple project, that is the reason I'm giving admin. But this should not work like this. Okay, you should send your username and password to the backend, and backend should check whether your username correct or not. If that is a correct, they will generate one token. This is very, very important. Okay, they will generate a one token. That token name can be different in each project. Okay, but that name will be different. Okay, some people will say authorization token, some people will say session token, that is a name, name will be different based on the each company. Okay, understood, right? Okay, now the token, who will generate the token? Ma backend. Okay, the token means a unique code they will generate it. Okay, and the token will be valid for only some 30 minutes or 1 hour, something like this. It will not valid for entire our life. It will valid only for 30 minutes or 1 hour, something like this. After 1 hour, automatically the token will be invalidated. That means automatically it will be removed. It will, that token will not work out. So that who is responsible to generate the token and all this code? Ma backend people. But what is our responsibility is get the token and send that token to the backend. Okay, send that token to the backend. Okay, so now I am going to click on login and click on enter, right? Okay, that is okay. Now here I'm going to do it in the last step. Whenever we are seeing company URL, right, let us go and see what is the URL we are getting it. Ma this one, right? If you go here, let me reload it again. Okay, go to network. Okay, click here. Let's click on employee. So whenever you click on employee, what is the method we are getting it? Get, right, and so this is the URL, something like this. So these are the headers we are getting from the backend. Okay, so header means, what is a header? Ma some additional information sent to the server and key and value pairs, correct, right? Okay, so here if you see, these are the information we are sending it to the backend. Okay, but there is no header here. Ma for example, there is no header here. Why there is no header? You did not call the login API, correct? We did not call the login API. If you are calling login API, there is a header. Yesterday I have shown, right, in the Swagger, there is a header called authorization hyphen key. What is the header? Ma authorization. That name will be different from project to project. You have to ask your backend what is that key name, or simply you can go to your Swagger and you can get that token name. Okay, so again today we'll get the token name and we'll see that. Okay, where is that? Ma user controller. Okay, there is a login API. Okay, let me enter the user, try it out, and I want to enter my username password, right? If I am entering correct username and password only, I will get it token. Okay, suppose here I am entering string, I will click on execute. Okay, so what is the error it is saying? Okay, 401 means what? You don't have a permission. They will ask in the interview, what is the code 401 means? What is the code 401 means? You don't have a permission, your username is wrong, your password is wrong. That means you will get a 400. Okay, and sometimes you will get a 200. Okay, if you go to your project, right, see, if you go to top, what is the status code we are getting? 200 means you are requesting something to the backend successfully returning the value. That means 200. Okay, sometimes you will get a 300 means you are requesting something backend will say, hey user, I don't have that data, you go to some other page. They will redirect, they will go into redirect. So that 300 means redirection. 400 means all errors only, 400 to 500. 400 not available, 401 no permission. Okay, 403 bad request. So whatever you are starting with the 400, that means everything is something wrong with your request only. 400 means wrong with your request only. Sometimes they will return 500. 500 means you are sending correct data, but backend not able to process that data. Some error, like from their backend, they have some other problem. Not our problem. That is the backend problem. So whenever 500 means whose problem? Backend problem. 400 means our problem. Some bad request. 300 means redirection. 200 means success. Okay, success. Okay. Okay, now what is the request we are getting? 100, right? So if you go to backend, this login process, what is the error I'm getting it? 401. 401 means what? Unauthorized. You don't have a permission. Your username password wrong. Okay, now I want to get a correct username and password. Now how to do it? A correct username and password? I'll go to get users. I'm going to get the username and password. What is my username here? abc@gmail.com. Okay, my password is a pw something like this. Okay, I'm copied two things. I'll go there. I'll type my password is this one. I will type the my username is abc@gmail.com. Okay, suppose some people this dialog is not coming ma, you can press the windows and v button, so automatically it will show all the history. Okay, windows and v button. Okay, that's okay. Now I'll click the execute method. Okay, this time see what is the response it is getting. 200 means I'm able to send the request, server also identify okay user is there, and it is saying see successfully logged in, some message is coming, right? That is okay. And go and check the headers ma, see what is the header it is saying ma, authorization hyphen key. What is the key ma? Authorization hyphen key. Okay, and they have some other value, some unique value, right? This value will be generated by the backend. Okay, this token will be available only within 30 minutes. Some people will configure 30 minutes, some people will configure 1 hour. That is based on their wish. In the project to project it will be different. Okay, so now whenever I'm clicking this home page, right, what internally they will do is first they will look for this token ma, whether this token is available or not. If this token is available, that means you are a valid user and you will get the data. Suppose if this token is not available, you will return a 400 error saying you don't have a permission and something like that. Okay, but what is the current behavior? What we have seen is, since this is a demo project, if I'm adding a validation for all the companies, employees, reports, right, you will not get anything. Always you will saying a 401, 401, 401 only. That means you don't have a permission. So that time what you have to do, you have to send that token, right? So since our practice, I did not add that check in the backend. If I'm adding that one simple check, you will not get any data in the front end. Always you will say error, error. So that is the reason first step we need to do the login. Second step is whenever we are clicking on the companies, okay, whenever we are clicking on the companies, what we have to do, we have to send that token authorization hyphen key is equal to that value we have to send to the backend. Okay, so now yesterday we have seen, we'll go to the reports. Let us go to the reports. Okay, I'm click on submit. Let us go to check this report ma. See, there is one header I am sending backend ma. Okay, so let me show it here. This is the request headers. Okay. See, so what is the header I'm sending it? See, authorization hyphen key, I'm sending some value. Okay, so something I'm sending it to the backend. So this key will be identifying that okay user is a logged in or not. Okay, but how many APIs I have it ma? How many APIs I have it? I have a company API is there, employee API is there, report API is there. So many API is there, right? If you want to send this headers, I can send in two ways ma. Okay, first way is go to your service, whichever the service you want to send the header, go to that service and write like this ma. Okay, write one header object. Okay, and pass that header inside the API. Okay, now tell me how many APIs I have it ma. Company API is there, employee API is there, payroll API is there, and I'm going to write a something users also I'm going, so there will be so many APIs, right? I cannot go and write in all the APIs, go on each time I cannot write in all the APIs. Okay, to solve this problem, what they have given is they have given one pattern called interceptor pattern. What is that pattern ma? Interceptor pattern. Okay, so do you know how to make a T ma? Anybody know how to make a T? What you will do, you will put the decoction and all these things. What you will do, you will write one filter, right? Everything you will pour on top of the filter only, right? Every T has to go through that filter, correct, right? Okay, that is like interceptor also will work like this ma. Whatever you are sending request from the front end, everything it has to go through that filter only. Without that it will not go any, it will not go to any request to the backend at all. So whatever you are sending it, it has to go through the interceptor only. Okay, this is not just belongs to our here, not only belongs to the Angular, it is the same in the React, it is same in the Java, anywhere that interceptor pattern means every request it has to go through that class. Okay, now we have to see how to write that class. Okay, interceptor. So let us go to okay, so that is do you know how to write? First go to this here. Okay, Angular HTTP. So always try to look here. Okay, so this is where we'll have the all latest code. Okay, so first thing is let us write the our interceptor. Okay, okay, So interceptor, okay, we'll write one interceptor. Okay, that is nothing. Do you know how to write an auth guard class? Ma, we know how to write a class, right? Let's go to our modules, okay, and write one interceptor. Okay, we can write any number of interceptors inside the project. Okay, let's go to app. Let's create one more folder. Ma, what is the folder now? Interceptor. Okay, first tell me what is the interceptor use? Ma, it every request it has to go through the interceptor only. Without interceptor, it will not go to backend. Every request will go through that interceptor only. Okay, suppose now in every request I want to add that header. What is the header name? Authentication hyphen key. That header I want to add it. Instead of changing in the 100 places, I will go to one place, that is the interceptor. I will add that header automatically in all the requests. It will add it. No, we no need to go and check in the each request. Okay, let's go and add. Now I have added interceptor. Create one class. Ma, I will say what is this interceptor? Ma, suppose like a authentication, I'm adding a token, right? I will say token interceptor. You can write any name. Okay, I will say auth hyphen, okay, hyphen token hyphen interceptor. Okay, interceptor dot yes. Okay, that's the name only. Okay, you can keep any name. Write a class. Ma, class export export class name. What's my class name? Ma, auth token interceptor. Okay, you can keep any name, no problem. Okay, interceptor something like this. Okay, so like that's all. This is just an interceptor only, but we cannot say like this, right? We need to add something, right? Okay, so that is the reason we have to implement some interface. Okay, we have to implement some interface. What is the interface? We need to do it. Ma, so let's just check it here. What is the interceptor name? HTTP interceptor. We must implement the what interceptor? Ma, HTTP interceptor. Let us implement my HTTP interceptor. Okay. Now with this one, okay. Now whenever we are implementing any interface, what we have to do? We must provide the abstract method body. Okay. So there is one method is there, ma. That is nothing but a intercept. What is the method name? Ma, intercept. Okay. And now what I have to do? I'll just go here and fix the problem, and it will always it will add a one method. What is the method we have to override? Ma, intercept. What is the method we have to override? Ma, intercept. For demo purpose, what we will do? First, we will write a console.log whether we are that is a request is true or not. Okay, and let us write console dot okay, console dot log of. Okay, what is this interceptor? Ma, token interceptor. Okay, something like this. Okay, I'll click here. Okay, now I have done. You need to import this one. Okay, it is looking for the some return statement. Okay, so what I will do, I'll say simply next, or I can just go here and just last handle the something in the last line. You handle like this. Okay, simply write this line. Okay, this means it will return one observable. Okay, it will return a one observable. Okay, file save it. So if you are writing like this will not work out. Now we need to add one annotation. What annotation? Ma, at injectable. Let us add an at injectable also. Ma, let us add a at injectable. Okay, at injectable. Whenever we are adding at injectable, where we need to register? Ma, we need to register in the where in the app module, right? Go to app module. Where we need to register? Inside the providers, or we need inside the components? Inside the providers. Now I have done all the steps, right? File, save all. Okay, first we want to see whether the interceptor concept is working or not. Okay, I'll go here and I'm going to remove it. First I will go to employees. Ma, okay, so let us see our console is working or not. Ma, so checking interceptor. Where is the interceptor? Ma, checking permission, selected employee. Okay, let us reload. Okay, sidebar in it, app in it. Okay, let me click here. Selected employee, reports checking permission. So let us see. Okay, auth token. Why our output is not coming here? Let us go and check. Is there any some other steps we are missing it? Okay, now we have done this one. Okay, we have imported this module. Let's check the import. Import HttpRequest. All these things. Injectable is done. This one okay. And second thing, pass through the touch the next handler. That is okay. And okay, we need to add this code. There is a special line code we have to add like this. Okay, so just to copy this code and go to your providers. Okay, I'm going to write it. I'm going to write here. Where is my app model is there, right? Okay, let me go here and I'm going to remove this one directly. I'm going to add like this. Okay, so here HTTP interceptor is, we need to import this line. What is my interceptor name? Auth token interceptor. Okay, we need to say that this is a interceptor. This is some small line code only, so no need to by heart, just to go here and copy this line. Okay, that is okay. Now file, save it. Let us reload the project. Let us see. I'll go here, employee console, checking the permission. Let us see that. Okay, let us format the document. Okay, let me see here. We have added the providers. That is okay. Just I'll stop and start the this code. Okay, so just for I want to check it whether the interceptor is done. How to start the project? Npm start. Okay, so let us start it, and I'll go to, I'll open our recent notes where we'll be having it about the interceptor. Okay. Okay, so first step we have done this one, and we have overridden this also we have done. And third step we have written the @inject tool also done. And then the fourth step is we need to add this inside this here like this. Okay, so let we have done it. HandleError, selected company. Yeah, see, like only when you are loading the data, only backend call only it will load, not in the sidebar. Okay, let me click on sidebar. Once we get the data, let me see console network. So we have seen this. Yeah, see, there is a token interceptor, it is adding, right? So whenever we are sending a request to the backend, this token interceptor automatically it is getting executed. Okay, so now what I want to do, if before that, go and check this request. Okay, go and check the request. There will not be, we go and check the request headers. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to add one special header. Okay, something like authentication -key. Okay, that one value we want to hard code it. Okay, for now I want to add the one hard coded. So this is a most possible thing. I want to add one token. Okay, I want to add a one token. So I'm just going to copy this one. I'm going to explain it. Okay, okay, interceptor. Now what I'm going to do, let us create one hard code one token. Let token value is equal to, I will say XX, something like this. Okay, and this token value, I want to send this to the backend. And what is my token value? Suppose if you go here and let me click here. What is my token name? Authorization -key. This is the name of my token. I'll go here and I'm going to copy it here. So what is my token name? Authorization -key. Okay. So now what is my understanding is, whenever we are sending a request, okay, whenever we are sending a request, we want to do this one. Okay, we want to send this to the next guy. Okay, so I'll say request.clone, something like this. Copy this request. Okay, so now first thing is we want to, whatever the header I want to add it. So I will say request.clone. This clone method I will pass the header object. Here I will say request.headers.set. I'll set my header name. What is my header name? Authorization. What is my token value? I am going to get from the backend. Here I hard coded. That is okay. We should not do like this. Okay. File, save all. Okay. File, save all. Let's go and check the backend API right now. Okay, let us reload the page. Let's reload the page. Okay, company. So we have this one. Let us go and check the headers. Response headers, request headers. So there is a token. There should be token header. We should send it to the backend. Okay, let us click on the company. See, so this is the token, correct, right? So there is a token saying authorization, some token we are sending it, right? Okay, so with this token automatically if you go here, this reports, if you are printing the report, currently the problem is, what is the report problem here? Trinits Technologies, zero company is there or not? Okay, Trinits one is there. Okay, okay. So the current problem here is what I want to do. I'll go to my service. Okay, and there is a payroll service. I'll remove this header. Okay, if I am removing this header, automatically this will not work out. Okay, that payslip, we will not get the payslip. Okay, let me reload this. So what is the error we are getting it, ma? Payroll data, we are getting 400. Okay, 400. If you see the preview, no employee with the available with the Trinits one. Let's go with the employees. Okay, what is my employee name? Trinits 2. Somebody's removed the Trinits one. Okay, Trinits 2 on submit. Okay, let us so see the data. What is the data? What is it is returning? 200. Okay, so and go and check, is there any token it is sending it? Response is okay. Request. Check the token. What is the token it's sending it? Authorization hyphen key. Okay, some token it's sending it or not? Okay, so this token it is sending it to the backend. If this token is there, then only this will work out. Okay, suppose if you are stopping this token, okay, I'm not going to write anything here, and I will say what is my token request name? REQ, and I'm going to say REQ. Now in both places I am stopping this token. So let us click here. What is the value it is sending it? What is the value it is sending? 401. 401 means what? You are not authorized. You don't have a permission. You are not sending the token. Correct, right? Okay. But where I am sending my token, instead of sending here, I am sending from the here, from the where? From the this authenticate interceptor. Okay. I'll say REQ here and I'll write REQ. So I'm sending I am adding my header in the interceptor and I am sending it to the next guy. Automatically this token will send to the backend. Okay, let us try to the same thing. Let us try to the same thing. Okay. What is the data it is sending? 400. 400 is not available. Something URL is wrong. Preview. No employee available with the given object. That is okay. I'm going to give the 2 and submit. See, this time we got the what is the data? We had 200, not the 400. Let us go again. Submit. 400. What is the data? Any company is not available? No company is available. Okay. Somebody removed the companies. Somebody removed this. I'll say Trinits companies 3 reports. Okay, and do it 2 and click on submit. Now we got the data right. Okay, so the backend always will look for the token. If the token is there, then only that will work out. Okay, in the real projects. Okay, but in the normal, whenever we are doing some sample project, right, this token is not at all important. It will always will work out. Okay, so if you remember last 2 days back, they came, right, VJS people came, right, sir, we are not able to hit the API. Always we are getting the error 401 401. The error is because of this one only. Okay, they don't have added the token. If they are adding the token, automatically all the APIs will work out. So whatever the code it is working for you, right, if I am going to add that check in the backend, no, everyone will get a problem only. Then you need to send the header, then only it will work out. Okay, so to avoid this problem, we need to add a interceptor. So now what is the use of interceptor, so whatever the headers we want to send to the backend, we will add all the headers here. Okay, we will add all the headers here. Okay, so all the headers we will set in the interceptor. So for all the request, this interceptor, what it will do, it will add this header to the all the interceptor, like all the request to the backend. That's what advantage. Or if you want to do it manually, go and add it in the manual in all the APIs. That is not a recommended way. So recommended way is this one. Okay, that is okay. So this is nothing but a interceptor. Okay, Okay, so now interceptor is okay, and I want to do, there is a life cycle. This is a most important question you are going to get in an interview. Okay, what is a life cycle? Okay, so I want to tell about the life cycle. Let us go to the component. Go to any component, ma. Let us go to add component or report component. Okay, I'll go for, there is another component called settings. Okay, so I'll click on settings and I'll show a settings page. That's all. Okay, so let's go and write one route, ma. npm start. I'll close all. Okay, go on write one routing for this guy. I want to add settings. Okay, okay, let us add the settings. Okay, what is the component name? It should be some settings component, right? So something wrong with the, so do you have some component for settings or not? If you don't have it, we'll create it. That's not a problem. src app components. So we don't have anything, right? We don't have anything for the settings. And let us generate one component, ma. How to generate a component, ma? First I will go to component cd src app components. Now tell me command. Ng generate component. I will say settings. Okay, enter. Okay, now component is getting generated, correct, right? Now I need to go back to the I need to go back, right? How to go back, ma? Where is settings component? Okay, it is there. Okay, I want to tell me cd dot dot. Okay, again cd dot dot, again cd dot dot. Okay, clear. And now tell me npm start. Before starting I will say my settings component. Okay, now I have a route, right? What is the route, ma? Settings. Okay, so whenever I'm saying settings, I will go to sidebar and fix that page. Okay, let me go to sidebar. I'll go to sidebar and I'm going to remove the, we need to keep href or we need to use another thing, ma? Router link. Okay, we'll say slash settings. Okay, that is okay. Now file, save all, npm start. Okay, so this is the most important question you are going to get it, ma, and that is easy only. Okay, now I got this one. Okay, let me go to settings page. It is there, settings works is there, right? Okay, so this is nothing, we'll remove it. So there is a angular life cycle methods, ma. Okay, so there is a angular life cycle methods means some methods will be executed automatically. So if I'm writing add method, who need to call that add method, ma? Somebody, we need to call that, right? Suppose I want to get data from backend. I will write one method load data. If I am calling that only, I will get output, right? Otherwise you will not get it, right? Okay, but this callbacks methods will not be like this, okay? Some methods will be called by angular automatically. We no need to call those methods. Okay, some methods will be called by angular automatically. Those methods are calling callback methods or lifecycle methods. Okay, so who will call those methods, ma? Angular by default will call those methods. Such methods we are calling it as a angular lifecycle methods. Okay, so angular lifecycle methods we have a mainly something like this. Okay, lifecycle. Okay, so this is important. So what are the lifecycle method we have it, ma? Please read it out. Ng on changes. Next ng on init. Ng do check. Ng after content init. Next ng after content checked. What is the next? Ng after content view init. Next ng after content view checked. Next ng after on dash something like is there, right? We don't know what all these things. Okay, we are going to, but in all the classes whenever you are creating it, we have one super method, right? What is that method name? Ng on init. So what I usually I'll tell to write that code there. First time you will get output something like this, right? Now this is, since this is a ng lifecycle method, this method automatically will call by whom? Angular. This method automatically will be called by Angular. Now I want to prove that whether that is called by Angular or not. Okay, let us write that method, ma. We have this method, right? Let us write the console. Console data log off. I will say what is my settings, right? Settings init method. Settings init method. And same thing what I want to do, I want to write one console dot log in the constructor also. Okay, I will say settings constructor. Okay, settings constructor. Okay, file, save it. Okay, let us go and check it, ma. Okay, I'm going to rename. Let us go to For us, we want a console only. Okay. So tell me first which one is executed, ma? Constructor, and second which one is executed, ma? Init method. Okay. So how many times okay, I will go to this one. Okay. So whenever we are clicking here, actually I did not set this sidebar item. That is the reason it is highlighting there, but we can fix that, not a problem. Okay. Now which one first is executing, ma? Constructor. Second one which it is executing? Init method. I will clear it. Again I will click on company. Now which page I am declaring it, ma? Company page, right? Okay. So whenever we are going to that route, whenever we are going to that route, see, I am going to that route. Okay. So whenever I am clicking on that route, what will happen is first Angular will create an object for that component. First what it will do, ma? Angular will create an object for that component. Whenever our object is created, immediately which method will be executed, ma? Constructor will be executed. This is JavaScript concept, right? Whenever we are creating an object, which will be executed, constructor will be executed. That is the reason constructor is executed. Okay, clear? Once the constructor is done, Angular will call the next method is called init method. It will call a init method. So see which method it is calling a init method. Okay, so both are for the same purpose. Okay, it will be executed only one time. See how many times it is executed, ma? Only one time. One time only we are seeing output, right? Okay, it will be executed only one time. So in interview they will ask first constructor will be executed or ng on it will be executed. Which will be executed? Constructor will be executed. First constructor will be executed, then ng on it will be executed. Okay, clear, right? Okay, and they will ask what is the difference between a constructor and ng on it. Okay, constructor is whenever we are creating object, constructor will be executed, but whenever like this component is getting initialized, then ng on it will be executed. Okay, inside the ng on init method, what is the code you will write it, ma? They will ask ng on init, what is the code you are going to write it? Okay, see, you have written a components. What is the component? Company component you have written, employee component. What is the code we have written? We are writing the service dot get data and dot subscribe. Where is that code we have written? Inside the ng on init method only. So now you have to say whatever the subscriptions I am going to do that. I am going to write all the subscriptions inside the ng on init. Okay, so what you can say, I am going to write a subscribe code inside the ng on init. They will ask why you are writing there. So you need to say ng on init method will be executed only one time, then we'll write in there. Okay, and then what you will write inside the constructor? So inside the constructor, what will write it, ma? I will write the dependency injection code, private HTTP or private user service, and I will write all the code. Okay, and if there is any logic I want to write it, I can write it. Okay, sometimes they will confuse you. Can I write the subscriber code inside the constructor? Yes, you can write it. Yes, we can write, but that is not a recommended. Where it is recommended, go and write inside the engine. We can write it, but it is not a recommended. That's all. Okay, now you know what is the difference between engine and this one, right? But what is the life cycle methods they are telling, ma? How many life cycles they are telling it? 8, right? Let us try to do it one by one. Okay, what is the method name? Engine. JavaScript is a case sensitive language. If you are changing that method name, that method will not call automatically. Okay, some people what they have done is instead of writing ng on it method, they are missing I. Now what is the problem? This method will not execute automatically because this is not a ng lifecycle method. This is my own method. I can write my own method also like this. This is not a ng lifecycle method, so you will not get a working like this. Okay, so that is the reason always try to execute the same name. Okay, same name. Now how many methods I have at ng life cycles, ma? How many methods are there? 8. Tell me 8 methods. Ng on changes, ng on init, ng do check. Okay, we'll go for one by. Okay, now I'll go for ng on changes. Okay, let us go here and write it ng on changes. Okay, ng on changes, open bracket and close bracket. Okay, and let us write the console, ma. Let us write the console. Okay, I will say console. So let us say this is a changes method. Okay, and then okay, let us see here what will happen. First, what is the output? We'll get it. What is the output we are getting it, ma? First, let us see here employees. Okay, let us clear and click on settings. What is the one we are getting it, ma? Constructor. Then we are getting the init method. Okay, init method. Okay, suppose okay, if this component is having at input variables. Do you know what is at input variables, right? Okay, suppose write one at input variable, ma. At input. Okay, I will say test. I want so only test. Test type is equal to string. is equal to, suppose I have something like this. Okay, now I have one test input variables, right? File, save all. Let us see here what will happen. Let's clear employees, clear. I will go to settings. And now which method is executing, getting executed? Ng on changes. Okay, that's fine. So whenever we are doing this one, we can implement one interface. Okay, on changes. Okay, now this, okay, that is optional only. Implementing this is optional, but we need to write this method name. Okay, so let us see settings changes. Is there any settings changes calling ma? No. Okay, now what I will do, I'll instead of going to settings router, I'll copy my class name. Okay, I'll copy my class name and I'll go to my company page. Where is my company page? Only for demo purpose. Okay, I'll go to here. In the top line, I'm going to use this tag. Okay, in the top line, I'm going to use the settings tag. Okay, now file, save all. Okay, I'll going to remove it. I'm going to click on companies. Okay, now tell me what is the output we are getting it ma? Settings constructor, token interceptor, this is okay, and settings init method. Where is this changes method ma? Changing. Okay, let us go to another route and come back. Okay, settings, this is changing method is not there. So what is the input it is taking ma? It is taking the what input variable? Test, right? Okay, test is equal to what I will say? I will say hello. Let us see this time. Let us, it is printing it test or not. Settings changes. Now see, settings changes is working, right? Okay, now I want to see what I will do. I'll go to, okay, now I'll remove all other console.logs. Otherwise I'm getting confused. Okay, let me remove this console.log. Okay, is there any console.log? Okay, so whenever you are committing your final code, your console.log should not be there. Console.logs only for our reference only. Okay, console.logs only for development purpose only, not for the production purpose. Okay, now I got a company. So first see sidebar, that is okay, and see which method is executing. Settings constructor. After constructor, which method it is executing? Changes. After the settings, which is executing a init method. Okay, now tell me which method will be starting, which life cycle first starting init method or on changes. Constructor is a JavaScript concept, that is not a life cycle method. Okay, tell me which method it is a starting method ng on changes. After that, what is the next method ng on init. But on init method, how many times it is executing only once. But on changes also only once only, right? So I want, what I want to do here, I'm passing one variable, right? What is the variable I'm passing it let me go to components. Close other. What is the variable I'm passing it? Hello, right? So instead of passing hello, what I will do, I will create one test variable inside my component. Okay, so here what I'm going to write one test variable and type is equal to string, and initial value is like a suppose ss, something like this. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to change this value. Okay, after every 3 seconds this value will change. After every 3 seconds this value will change. Do you know how to write that code for every 3 seconds I want to change the value? What timeout set timeout. Okay, bracket. So it will take two arguments, right? First is a6 function, second is a how many seconds you want to change it. So 3 seconds. Okay, 3000. Now what I want to do, I want to change that value, right? I will say this dot test is equal to how to change the value I will say this dot test plus this dot test plus math at random. Math at random. It will generate some unique value, right? Always for every 3 seconds this value will change, right? So please observe this input. File, save all. Let us see. So by default, what is my ng changes is executed, right? Changes is executed, init method is executed. Now again see what it is executing, changes. Again wait for 3 seconds. Again wait for 3 seconds. Okay, 3 seconds. Let us. Okay. So I want to print that value in the inside the company settings component. Let us go there and check it. What is the settings component? Go to settings component and just write the one paragraph here. This is okay. Interpolation, write a test. That's all right. File, save all. Let's go and use it. First, what is initial value? We have it, ma? SS. Okay, that is okay. And we have some other variable right now. That is okay. And set timeout. Set timeout. How many times it will work, ma? Only one time. Set time. How many times it will work out? If you want to call multiple times, what is the method? We have to go for a set interval. Okay, what interval, ma? Set interval. Okay, interval. Okay, let us save it. Now what we are trying to do, we are trying to change the value for every 3 seconds. Okay, see, now changes is executed. Okay, second time is executed. Whenever there is a value change, see, these changes are getting executed, right? Okay, that means that, okay, that means that whenever our value is at input variable is getting changes, whenever our at input variable are changed, then what will happen? Automatically this method will be executed. Which method will be executed? Ng on changes will be executed. Now what, tell me the important point, ma? Whenever your at input variable is getting changed, automatically this ng changes will be executed. Suppose I don't have any at input variable itself. Now tell me when it will execute, ma? This will not execute at all. Understood, right? If you have a variable and that variable will keep on getting changes, and every time this will value also will change. If your input variable is not changing at all, now what you will do? This value will also will not change at all. Something like this we can do it. Okay. Okay. Now we have seen at ng changes and at on ng on init, right? Tell me how many times ng on changes are getting executed. How many time our at input variable is changing? That many times it will call. But ng on init, how many times it is calling? Only one method, one time, only one time. Whenever we are initializing it first time, that time only it is getting initialized. Okay. Okay. So now that is the difference, ma. Now we have another method, ma. Do check. What is another method, ma? Do check. Okay. This is let us write it. Do check. Okay. Do you know the patrolling, ma? Patrolling. What patrolling will do, ma? Highway patrolling or in the town patrolling. What they will do? What they will do? Anybody know, ma? Every night they will go and do the circle, right? Okay. So do check. This method will do like a every some. See. So do check. See how many times it is called, ma? 3 times, right? I'll go and check it here, ma. See, do check is getting called or not. Whatever, whenever you are clicking something, whenever you are clicking something here, see, whatever, this is not related to the that one. Which one? Not related to that component. Okay. If you are doing anything on the screen, automatically it will go and check. Hey, anything is changing in my component or not. It will keep on checking. It will keep on checking. Okay. So sometimes if you want to write any code which has to be executed whenever you are clicking something, whenever you are doing something, if you want to write some code, you can write that code inside which method, ma? Ng do check. So how many times it will be executed? More number of times, more number of times. So whenever you are clicking something, okay, you are clicking here, ng do check is executed. You are canceling something, do check is executed. Okay, always this do check will be executed based on the screen actions. Okay, so you can go here and check it, ma. Developer custom change detection. Okay, so whenever we are trying to do something, always this ng do check will be executed. Okay, and there is a ng content in it, ng content in it. Okay, after our component is getting initialized, this content in it will be executed. Okay, whenever you are saying init method, only one time will be executed. How many times it will be executed? One time. And see, ng on in it, how many time it will execute? One time. Ng after content in it, how many time it will execute? One time only. Ng after view in it, how many time it will execute it, ma? One time. But wherever it is checked, it will execute multiple time. Do check, how many times it will execute? Multiple times. Ng view checked, how many times it will execute? Multiple times. Okay, ng content checked also will be executing multiple times. Okay, like this. And there is a last one important method called ng test time. I can write all this method and console.log also. So it will print in the same order only. Okay, same order. And the last one is called ng try. Okay, this is very, very important, ma. Okay, people will ask what is the importance of ng try. Okay, so I'm going to write like this. Okay, I'll say console dot log of. Okay, I'll say try. Try means what, ma? Normally what is the try means? So you are going to write, you are going to destroy entire your component. You are going to destroy entire your component. Okay, so let us see here. So now so currently destroy method is called or not? Check it. No, not called. Correct, right? Not called. There is no destroy method. Okay, I'll click on cancel. I'll click on apply. Okay, see what happened. destroy method call, right? Okay, that means whenever your component is getting from you are moving to other route, in that route you are not using that component. Whenever your component is not used in that route, automatically destroy method will be used. Whenever again you are going to that component, suppose I am going to this component again I am going to settings component. Okay, settings component means what will happen? Automatically object will be created and init method will be called and everything will be perfect fine. And whenever suppose I am going from here to reports, now see, automatically destroy method is called. That means why they are doing that one means if they are keeping all the components in the memory, your memory will be very huge. Okay, and application will get slow. That is the reason whenever you are going from one screen to another screen, the previous screen is not required right now. So that is the reason they will remove from memory and they'll throw you out. Okay, and whenever you again you are coming back here, and automatically your init method will be executed. Init method will be executed. Okay, sometimes you will get confused. What is the confusion? So every time whenever I'm coming here, init method is getting executed, right? But you are saying only one time, right? Okay, so whenever it is getting initialized, that method will be executed only once. But if you check do check, right, see how many times this do check is getting executed, so more number of times, right, based on the, and how many times yet input variables are getting changed, how many times it is changing, it will change something like that. Okay, so this is called this now. Then what is a real use case? What is a real use case? So let us go to our components. Now we have written our companies, right? Okay, now what you have done, you are subscribing here, right? What is a subscriber? You are doing it, you are subscribing some data, correct, right? Okay, now what I will do, so whenever you are subscribing it, you need to store this into one variable, let's say company subscriber. Okay, company subscribe. Okay, so and whenever you are going to other screen, I don't want the data. Suppose I want to go to the doctor, hey doctor, whether you are coming or not, something like this I asked it. And what the people will do, whenever doctor is coming, he is giving notification. Suppose what I am trying to do, I am moving from here to Chennai. Even if I am going there, I don't want the notification, I want to cancel it. I want to cancel it. Okay, to cancel the notification you can do like this, let comp is equal to something like this. Okay, and you can copy this variable name and write like this, comp data unsubscribe. What is the method name? Unsubscribe. Once you unsubscribe it, that's all, you will not get the latest value. Once you unsubscribe it, you will not get the latest value. Okay, now what I am thinking is, whenever my ng destroy is getting called, after my component itself destroyed, then why I want this notification? I don't want that notification. That is the reason that time what we will do now, we are going to write one this, instead of writing the local variable, I am going to write a one instance variable. Do not write instance variable like this, and I will type a colon is equal to any for now. I'll say sub is equal to this data company. Okay, what is this subscriber? It is returning my, if you see, it is returning a subscription. Okay, I'm going to copy this one and I will write it here. Okay, just I import it. Okay, and I'm not going to do like this. Where I need to unsubscribe it, go to which method? Go to ng on destroy method. Okay, I write ng on destroy. Okay, if your spelling is mistake, your code will not work out. Okay, destroy spelling mistake. Okay, so what I will do, I'm going to write it here and copy this code. Okay, let me go here. Okay, so this one. Okay, this is okay. Okay, so inside the ng destroy, now what I have to do, I have to unsubscribe it. Okay, I will say first whether this object is there or not. I will say this data, what is my subscription name? Comp subscription, correct, right? Comp sub. Okay, comp subscribe is there. I'll say this data comp subscribe data unsubscribe, and I need to call like this. Okay, so observable will stop whenever we want to stop it. Okay, suppose you have Amazon Prime is there, whenever we are paying it, that will continue. Suppose you want to cancel it, then what you will do, go and unsubscribe it, right? Same thing, whenever you don't want any notification from observable, go and do a unsubscribe method like this. Okay, and let us check it whether it is working or not. I will say console dot log off. Okay, unsubscribing it. Okay, this is the real interview question. Okay, so that is the reason I'm telling it file save all. Okay, let us go and check it, so in the company, what I am trying to do, I have a subscription. Okay, I'll go to settings, see, unsubscribing it. Okay, that means I don't want to get any data here. Okay, I don't want to get any data there. Okay, something like this. So in the interview question, they will ask, what are the lifecycle methods in your project you have used? Okay, please tell that we are using a ng on init method. Okay, correct, right? What is why we are using ng on init method? For all the subscriptions. Okay, service dot get data dot subscribe, service dot get data something. We are doing all, where we'll write all this code inside the ng on init. Okay, and ng destroy method. And what we'll write ng destroy method? All unsubscribing code reverse. Okay, and we will store that in a one instance variable, and we will write if check, and we'll write a unsubscribe. And so unsubscribe means what will happen? Automatically I don't want to receive the data. Okay, automatically I don't want to receive the data, so I don't want that. Correct, right? So I'm going to write a unsubscribe method. Okay, so how many subscriptions you are writing it, those many unsubscriptions also we have to write it. Otherwise there might be possible of memory leakage. They will ask, why do you want to do that? So to avoid the memory leakage, okay, something like this we can tell it. Okay, so everybody understand what is this one, right? So this is a life cycle methods, and after the life cycles method they will ask where you are using it, what is the use case. Okay, and they are using a ng on changes also. Tell that ng on changes also we are using it. They will ask why you are using ng on changes. So whenever there is a change in input, change in one my variable, I want to execute some code, then I will go for a ng on changes. So do like this. Okay, we have used three methods in the real time projects. Okay, ng on changes, ng on init, ng. Okay, these three things we have used in our project. Okay, now everything is fine, right? Now what we have done, we have added the interceptor, we have protected our routes, correct, right? And we have done everything. Okay, now there is some small things I want to execute. Okay, so there is a concept called observables, right? What is observable? This is the most important interview question. What is observable? Tell me, what is observable? What is observable? Observables will be used for the async actions, asynchronous actions, correct, right? Okay, tell me some observable examples. HTTP dot client data get method, client data post method, client data put method, client data delete method, all are written as observables only. Okay, now I'll go for services. Okay, I'll go to company services. I want to show one simple demo. Suppose what will happen is earlier we are writing like this, right? Very simple code, right? Post like this, right? Please watch it here. Okay, so whenever I want to save it, client data post method. Whenever I want to delete it, what is the method I should call it? Client data delete method, right? Something like this I am doing it, right? Suppose there is a problem whenever you are calling it, there is a problem either from the back end or from our side also. Okay, there is a problem is coming. Now what I want to do, whenever the problem is coming, I want to try second time. Whenever failing first time, I want to try for second time. Okay, I want to try for second time. Suppose first time it is failed, second time I want to try it. Okay, so like it is called retry mechanism. Suppose if you are trying first time fail, automatically the code itself it will call a second time, that is called a retry. Okay, if you want to do like this, we have some operators called retry. Okay, we have some operators called retry. Okay, so if I want to do like this, very simple, go and do here. Suppose here I will not pass the id. Suppose whenever I am deleting it, I need to pass the id, right? If you are not passing the id, what will happen? Your code will not execute, some problem will be there, right? I want to see the demo, it will call three times retry mechanism. Okay, retry mechanism. Okay, so now you are writing simply like this, right? This is not the real time code we are going to write like this. This is not the case. Okay, we need to handle the errors, we need to retry it, something like this we need to do it. Okay, so that is the reason we are going to write a dot pipe method. What is the method, dot pipe method? This question they have asked in the interview for some guys. Okay, they did not tell the answer, that is the reason I'm covering it now. Okay, so what is a pipe? So don't say always pipe is equal to it will transform data from one format to another format. That pipe is different. They will say in the service you will use a one pipe method. What is that pipe method? Okay, so that is what we are going to do like this. Okay, so this observable will have a pipe method, and this pipe is nothing but it can execute multiple observables in a one by one order. Okay, multiple observables one by one order. Okay, so I am saying a pipe method and open bracket and close bracket like this. Okay, so like this. So now first thing what I want to do, whenever my, okay, first let us see in the right now, and file save it. Okay, let us save it. Now what I have done is my company, I am going to delete my company. Okay, I'm going to delete my company. Go on, check the network. So this will fail because I am removed the ID. So it is failing, right? See, it is failing a successor. It is failing, correct, right? Okay, and it is not. See, it did not try again. It did not try again. Second time after third time, it did not try again with the delete method, correct, right? Okay, so they will ask. Okay, whenever it is failing first time, you can write the code for second time also. Write a code which will call a second time automatically. You don't call manually. Automatically, program should call second time, third time, something like that. Okay, so for this reason we have some library called RxJS library. What library, ma? RxJS library. They will ask what is RxJS library. Okay, RxJS library is like some third party library which will have all observables, Okay, so we'll go for observables here and we'll have some introduction over here. Okay, so you can go for get started. Okay, get started, and here some observables will be there. Let me go to get started. That is there, right? Okay, so while it is starting, what I want to do, I want to show some observable. Okay, there is one observable called retry. What is observable, ma? Retry. This is observable is coming from RxJS only. Okay, simply add that observable, ma, and write this bracket. How many times you want to retry, ma? I want to retry 3 times. Even if within the 3 times also this is not working, let us fail. I don't have any problem, so I will say 3. How many times I'm saying, ma? 3. I'll say this, save this one, and let us go to our project. Okay, let us see this one. Say, okay, see this here, very important, ma. Click OK. First time failed, second time failed, third. See how many times it is trying it? 3 times it is trial. Okay, so this is who written this code, ma? RxJS. Who written this? I did not write. Okay, RxJS, that code is available. If I want to execute that method, what is the method name? Retry. So they will ask like this in interview. What are the RxJS methods, observables you have used in our project? Tell me the names. And now what is the method we are using, ma? Retry. Okay, retry we are using it or not? Okay, this is okay. Okay, now we have some error, right? What is the error? It is saying there is no error. Okay, some error is there. Now user is not doing suppose if I close the console, ma, I am deleting like this. Okay, I'm clicking okay, this is not getting deleted, but I'm not getting any output. If it is user is showing like this is not a good design, right? Whenever error is coming, I want to show user to the user, hey user, something happened in the backend, then it is not deleted, some error is happened, you try again, some notification we want to give it, right? Okay, that reason we have another observable called catch error. What is another error, ma? Another observable, ma? Catch error. Okay, what is another observable? Catch error. Okay, here it will return the error. Okay, it will return the error. Okay, so whenever error is coming, I can do something. Okay, so you can write one ES6 function, I will say console dot log of error. Okay, and after that we need to return the we need to return this observable. Sometimes we need to return this observable. Okay, instead of doing like this, what I have done is I am writing a one method, some new method. Okay, one new method. Okay, and here what I'm trying to do, I'm checking this error. Okay, and saying if error status is equal to 0, that means some error is happening in the backend and some error is there, something like this. Okay, or I want to write I want to write alert message, ma. Tell me, write some alert message, ma. Alert. Okay, something happened in the backend. Okay, backend problem, please try again, please try again. Okay, I am writing some separate method, and in the last I am returning, I am throwing the error, because again we need to throw this error to the caller. So this throw error also coming from the RxJS only. The throw error also coming from the RxJS only. Okay, I will save this one. I'm going to call this method, ma. So how to call this method? Simply pass this method name. Okay, I will say this data handle error. Okay, this data handle error. Okay, file save all. Okay, file save all. Now this time what is happening, ma? So there is a problem, that is okay. I'll click on okay. See, something happened in the backend, you try again. Okay, so whenever error is happening, at least we are notifying to the user, hey user, something backend is happening, right? Okay, so whenever you are writing your real-time code, they are expecting these lines. Simply http.client get post to put, this is not the real-time code. You should write the retry mechanism, you should handle the try catch. This is required. Okay, please, whenever you are putting our real experience, please try to add this code in the code. Okay, to know this reason only, they will ask explicitly again and again, what is the code you will write in the service? Write it. We will write it very nice code. What is that nice code? Client dot port post, client dot put. Don't write this one. please add this type of errors. Okay, retry. Okay, how much time? Catch error, something like this. Okay, okay, this is okay, ma. So now I'm going to retry one time. Okay, retry one time. And okay, so now what I will do, let us see another problem. Okay, I'll go here. Sometime I'll go here and remove this one. So sometimes what will happen is there is a delete button is there, right? I am asking whether do you want to delete it or not. Suppose users will not have it, this checkbox, and they will not have a dialog. They can keep on clicking delete, 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 delete. If they don't have the dialog, what will happen? Just in intentional only they want, they're clicking it delete, 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 delete 10 times on the same line. What is use of clicking those many times, ma? That is useless, right? But they're clicking it definitely. Okay, they're clicking it. So if you want to avoid that, we have some methods also. For that also we have some methods in the RxJS. Okay, so only call this one for only each 1 second only you call it. Or if already executing one request, you execute only once that is finished. Something like we have so many methods there. Okay, so that methods we can learn it from RxJS. So let us go here and let us API docs. Some problem with this website. Okay, so here you can go and check with the retry. Okay, so what is our method name? Retry. You can go for retry and they will explain it how to do it. Okay, so if suppose your request is getting failed, you can execute for 3 times, something like this. I can go and check it. They have so many examples. Okay, I want to write a catch error. I want to write the catch error. Catch, right? I'm just typing catch. Here what is there ma? Catch error is there. Okay, catch error is. So something whenever error is coming, you want to handle this error. Finally you can like a catch error and you can write whatever you want to write it, you can do it. Okay, so like this you can create it. Okay, and repeat, repeat. Suppose I want to retry means what, ma? Whenever it is failing only retry. Suppose I want to execute for 3 times or 4 times, there is a one method called repeat. Okay, something like here we have a observables, observables. Okay, something like this. So in the service always try to do like this, ma. First write the pipe and retry and catch error, something like this. Okay, this is some normal methods we have it. Okay, and suppose I want to give some 2 more observable HTTP observables example. I'll go to engine in it. Okay, I want to write a, suppose, do you know how to return a promise method, ma? I want to write one method and that method should return a promise. Tell me how to do it, ma. Simply write async and a function. Okay, I'll say hello function. What is this meaning? I'll say return something. Now what is this returning async method means, ma? This method will return the promise. This method will return the promise. Whenever promise returning, how to get that value? Promise dot then or await, we need to use that, right? So this is normal. Okay, but what I want to do, I want to return a observable here, ma. What I want to do, I want to return a observable. I will say observable. Okay, observable. I'll say observable like this. Okay, and I'll say observable. Whenever I'm saying observable, I should return observable. Okay, let us import this one. I want to import from the RxJS. Let's see whether it's imported or not. It is imported. Okay, but so here after colon whatever you are putting, that means a observable you are returning. But what is the value you are returning it? String is not an observable. That is the reason it is showing the error. Okay, now I want to create one observable. I want to create a one observable. Okay, simple, ma. From RxJS we have one method called off operator. What method, ma? Off. I will say simple off. Okay, so you can simply say off. And what is the value I want to return it, ma? I'll say something like this, and you need to import this one from the RxJS. Okay, you need to import from the RxJS. I'll go to top and okay, let me say return this off. Okay, what is the problem still? Observable, or let us go to the observable here. So new observe, so something like this we can write it. This is not the code we want to do it. We can go for simple. Okay, so okay, sorry, ma. There is a method called from. Let us use the from method. Okay, let us use the from method. Okay, from I want to return this one something. What is the problem here? It's observable. Subscribe data, something like this. Okay, console dot log of data. Okay, so, or we can just go through this observable methods. Okay, I don't want to go into details. You'll get confused. Okay, so with this one, we are done with this one. This is okay. Once you are done everything, what you will do, what will you'll keep this project with you, right? Or you'll give this project to somebody else. What you are going to do once everything is done? We have to give this project to the client, right? How will you give your project to client? Give this src code, he will read it and he will open it in the you will start a local host, npm start, he will do like this. Whoever, like suppose this this website is there, if you want to read this one, what you are trying to do, you are going to Trinits technology, automatically this page is loading, right? Suppose your pay slip is there, I want to give to others guys, how you are going to give it, tell me. You are going to share src, and once it is npm install localhost npm start, that is wrong approach, right? You need to give this project to the others. Okay, you need to release this project to the others. Okay, this is the last final step, we are going to do it. Okay, once everything is done, what we are going to do, we are going to build our project. What we are going to do, we are going to build our project. Okay, okay, now I'm going to file save all. Okay, now whenever I am running it, right, what is running means, whenever I'm running npm start, it is running it, right? Okay, this is run by JIT compiler. This is run by JIT compiler. JIT compiler means whenever I'm changing something, immediately it is reloading the page, right? So this process is done by the JIT compiler. What is compiler, JIT compiler. Okay, but I have one doubt, browser will understand only one thing: HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Browser will not understand Angular. Browser will not understand React. Browser will not understand any other language. It will understand only three languages. What are the three languages? HTML, JavaScript. What is another one? CSS. But I am writing all my code in the Angular. How this Angular code will understand by browser then? Okay, I want to understand that point. Okay, so let me start my project again. Okay, okay, it is already start. So please see this. This is the question they are going to ask it. Okay, go to interview, and this will solve two questions. One is what is lazy loading, and second is the how your project will be loading it. Okay, okay, now let us clear it. Let us see. Let us click on reload, okay, I'm click on reload. Okay, I'm click on reload. Okay, let us see here. Let's see here. Okay, so first page is, see here, what is the JS it is getting, main data JS. Okay, what is the JS? Main.js. What is the CSS? Bootstrap.cs. And what is another thing, styles.js. Okay, you see, is there any component it is loading here, you see any line here, dot app component, dot settings component, dot any component is getting loaded? No. Okay, what will happen is, whenever we are running our project, okay, so this is our project. Okay, so this is our project. Okay, so inside this one we'll write all components and all these things, right? So inside this one I'm going to write a app component, settings component, company component, all components I will write it. Okay, whenever you are loading this one in the browser, whenever you are loading in the browser, what will happen is, you will not see the same component here. Okay, there is one middle guy is called compiler. There's one middle guy is called a compiler. What this guy will do, they will convert all your component code into real JavaScript code. They will convert all your code into what code they will convert into, JS code. JS code means a JavaScript code. They will convert all this code and they will put into one file. That file called main.js. What is that file name? Main.js. All your entire all project code they will put into one file itself. What is that file name? Main.js. And they will return that main.js to the view. and browser will understand JavaScript, right? You will browser will understand JavaScript code. You know what is the click event and all this event, right? So I want to see that real whether that is correct or not. Okay, open that main.js, okay, and see here and see the response. Okay, so and I'm going to copy paste the same code in a notepad. Okay, open in a notepad plus plus or notepad anything. Okay, paste it. Okay, so if you come down here, you will have the all the real, see, you have written routes, right? In which file you have written routes? App.routing.module, but see where it is available. Where it is available? Main.js. Okay, that is okay. And you have declared one, right? What is the modules you have declared? Imports and all these things, right? See what is the modules you want to do like a class app model. Okay, that is fine. Now I want to go to top. You have written one annotation, right? Custom required. You have written one custom required validator, right? See where it is there. So every entire project code is converting into one file. What is that file name? Main.js. Okay. Suppose you are writing 1,000 files, 1,000 components you are written, and 1,000 files will be converting into how many files? Only one file. Correct, right? That one file size suppose 100 MB. Suppose your internet speed is only 10 kbps. How much time it will load in the screen to load that page, It will take so much time, right? Till that time, what it will happen? Keep on loading, right? Now how much time it will take? It will take so much time, right? So this is the real problem whenever we have a large number of things. Okay, to solve this problem we have another thing called lazy loading. What is another problem we have? Lazy loading. What we will do here is we will write a this component alone, we will write a one module itself. For component itself we'll write a one separate module. Okay, whenever we are writing separate module, whenever I am clicking settings module, right, that time only that file will be loaded. That time only that file will be loaded. Till that time it will not be loaded. Okay, so this is called a lazy loading. Whenever it is required, that time only that file will be loaded. That is called a lazy loading. Okay, now what is the advantage of here, whenever you are writing this lazy loading, what will happen is your file will be separated into now two files. One file is for all the remaining components main.js. For all remaining components main.js. For settings alone it will create another JS file, settings.js. Now how many times it will execute, for settings.js is only some 5 KB. How much time it will load that KB information, very small, right? Immediately it will load into the browser. Now this will happen is it will improve your browser performance and it will faster your website. So this process is called lazy loading. Okay. Okay, for lazy loading, simply what you have to do, just to go to Google. Okay, say lazy loading in the Angular. Just to type the lazy loading in the Angular. Okay, lazy loading in the Angular. Okay, so now what lazy loading Angular means, what? Whenever your routing is loaded, that time only that component will be loaded. Till that time that will not be loaded. And another thing is each module will be separated into different pieces. All files will not go into single file. It will go into different files. Now I have 10 files. One file will be loading at a time. So it will be loading faster, right? Instead of downloading 100 MB, if I am downloading 10 MB, which will be faster, right? So that is the concept behind the lazy loading. Okay, so that lazy loading is okay. I'm going to do like this. So I just click on Angular guide and they have declaring like this. Okay, so first step is you have to define your routes. Okay, what is the first step? You have to define your routes like this. Okay, your routing like this. Okay, and you need to import this this one in the module. Okay, now go and do like this. So okay, you have to do write like this. Okay, we are going to write this code. I'll give this some other thing. First let us finish the I want to do deployment. I want to use this in the website. Okay, now what I will do, I'll go to Trinits technologies. Okay, what I want to do, I want to add another menu. I suppose there is a products is there. Okay, suppose here our products is there, right? I want to write a payroll product. Whenever I am clicking payroll product, what I want to do, I want to load whatever the so far this many days we have developed, right? I want to load that project there. I don't want to run local. I want to run in a website. I want to do it in a website. Now tell me how to do it, For this reason, we are going to do a build. What is what we are going to do, We are going to do a build process. Okay, build. So now there are two type of compilers, One is a JIT compiler. Second is a AOT compiler. JIT means whenever we are writing ng server, automatically your reloading is happening, right? That is done by the JIT compiler. Okay, but second way I'm going to do it. Okay, second way I'm going to do it. That second way is nothing but I want to build this project and deploy in a website. Okay, whenever you want to do that, we have to write one command called build command. Okay, what is the command ma? Build. Okay, so let us go here, and everything it is there in our website. Okay, let's go here and go and check the, let us go on trainings and Angular question. So there is a command called ng build. Okay, so what is the AOT ma? What is AOT? Ahead of a time compiler. Okay, ahead of time compiler, and this will be used while building it. Okay, what is this will do ma? This also will do the same. It will convert our HTML code and JavaScript code and all other code into the it will convert all my code into the single file. Okay, so that is called main.js, something like this, right? This also will do the same thing only. Converting Angular code into browser understandable language, that is done by the compiler. What compiler? It is a AOT compiler. AOT compiler, when it will be used building time. Okay, what is the command you are going to use for? Simple. You don't remember long command, very simple command ng build. That's all. Okay, forget about the remaining. Okay, so just do like this. Okay, so but this will not, we cannot use whenever you are doing like this, we cannot use this one in the real project, but whenever I want to do like this, I need to pass additional parameter. Okay, so whether this is a production build or not, production means whenever outside people are going to use it, okay, that is nothing but a production. Suppose my Trinits technology website is there, now everybody is using it, right? That means it is a production. Everybody is using means that is a production. Now I want to deploy to some other third party, so everybody can use it. So now I can go for a production. Okay, and I want to use AOT compiler, right? That is the reason I will say -AOT, AOT. If you are not mentioning -AOT, by default it is a JIT compiler. By default it is a JIT compiler. I don't want to use JIT, I want to use a AOT. So I can say -AOT. Okay, and this base href is there. Okay, so this is like a, whenever you are loading in a website, what is your final URL? Okay, final URL means suppose I see here, what is my final URL ma? /web is there, right? Something like this. What is your final URL? This you can get it from the backend or wherever we are going to deploy it, something like. Okay, so you can do like this. Okay, let us do it. It is deployed ma. Okay, whenever your building is happening, I will go to my folder ma, my project. Go to your project. Where is your project ma? Go to your work folder. Go to, where is your my project ma? Work, Angular apps. Okay, payroll project. Okay, so there is one separate folder called dist. See, there is a dist. Earlier dist was not there, now only it's created. Okay, if you go to inside the dist, there is one folder will be created, payroll, and inside this all our, see, main.js. If you see, the file names is main.js polyfills runtime styles. Okay, your entire project is converting into one JS file. That JS file is nothing but a main.js. Your entire styles are converting into one styles. That styles is nothing but a styles. Okay, and if you have any images, all your images will be holding inside the here. Okay, now if I am copying this one, and if I am copying this one, if I paste anywhere in the website, automatically I can use that as a website. Okay, so whenever you want to do it in the real websites, first you need to, what you need to do, you need to do the build the project. You need to build the project. What is the command for building ma? Ng build -AOT. Please tell that -AOT prod. The remaining parameter forget, don't have problem. Ng build -AOT prod. That is it. Now I want to use this in the real time. Okay, I'll stop the recording. So with that, that is enough. Okay, so I'm going to stop this recording because you